after you guys check it out.
Like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution,
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down.
Okay.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Actively.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr. Chairman?
Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing.
That bald dude is not about that life. That bald dude is not about that life. See, the more you go any direction intellectually, you eventually arrive back at the beginning. You eventually arrive back at the beginning. And the beginning is physicality. So we're getting to that point now. We're getting to that point now where I don't know that we're going to intellectually be able to settle a lot of these things. Someone is vouching for that bald faggot. Are you kidding me right now? I don't think he is. I'm telling you right now, you've met him. I don't think he's about that life at all. Give me a fucking break. I think that dude from Oklahoma was about to literally shove that bald dude's head up his own ass. People who are like, they're not about that life. Dude was on the internet talking shit and tried to pretend he was about it until dude stood up. Yeah, I'm going all day plumber on that one. Oklahoma plumber, are you kidding me? Here's the thing. Most of what we live with today are fraudulent beta males who are posing. They're not about that life. I think, dude, the plumber was about that life. I think he knew how it was going to look and he didn't give a fuck. You're just getting to a point now, though, that it's breaking down. Things are breaking down. Because the words aren't working anymore. They don't really work right now internationally. They're not really working domestically. Things are going to come to a head. Now, what that means, I will not pretend to know. But it's getting to that point. Because I think we've got opposing views on a lot of things, and we've got opposing ideologies that are so dramatically different. And you've got people who are genuinely trying to save the country, and you've got people who are only there posturing for whoever endorsed and paid, sponsored their political career. And a lot of this stuff, it can only go to a point, and then it reaches that tipping point where there is no coming back from it except for to burn it all to the ground. Look, all right, I don't come from a big family. I have one now, but I don't come from one. But I have a lot of friends, and I grew up with a lot of dudes, like my boys, all right? Now, I don't know how it is with women, but with men, brothers, especially if you got more than one, there's a point that conflict builds when you're young men. And you're like, dude, you need to stop talking that shit. And you're both dug in. And it is not going to get resolved until you got a chance to put hands on each other. It won't be done until somebody gets fucking knocked out. And you can feel it building. And sometimes it's over a couple hours. Usually it's a couple of days. Get real tired of your shit, bro. Been warning you for 3 fucking days. And eventually it pops. Now, I'm going to tell you what happens with men once it gets like that. You have yourself a good old scrum. And then that scrum is broken up. And then you're both more reasonable. That's what happens. You have yourselves a good old fucking scrum. Remember, boys used to just do it. I remember being a young teenager. Start talking shit to one of your buddies across the room. Hey, man, shut the fuck up. What? Bitch, you heard me. Oh, really? You're talking that shit now? Next thing you know, they're in your face. Next thing you know, you're picking them up and pile driving them into the fucking turf and you're wrestling on the ground. Mad as fuck. Blow off the steam. I think that we have an incredibly weak Congress, both physically and mentally. And I think it's weak leadership, and I think it's really poor. It's sad. I think that the community has essentially trusted leadership who told them that they were going to go there for a specific job, and then they got there, and it became all about enriching themselves and lining their own pockets. And that's the hardest part about the whole situation. We have former military who MAGA and the America First movement love and are that we really elevate and hold in a high regard. And we have many members of the military that go on to become congressional members, and they're fucking awful. Awful. They get into Congress and they vote horrendously so. They fuck over their constituents completely. They roll over and die on issues. They don't stand for anything in that hall. And it's sad because they're consistently this way. And part of what's going on right now is the culture has accepted this as normalcy. They say things like, what's the point? But the point is, we have a country to save. And if Congress or the Senate is going to normalize violence as a solution, well, no one does it better than the American public. That's what we're going to do. You're going to normalize it. We could solve the whole thing. I know exactly how to solve the government's problems. And I'm fairly certain we could do it in an afternoon. It wouldn't take much. But it's them that's normalizing this shit. And it wasn't just in Senate. Today, in Congress, in the halls of Congress, Republican Representative Tim Burchett, how do you say his name? I don't know how to pronounce his name. He claims, and reporters saw this happen, former House Speaker McCarthy this morning sucker punched him in the hallway. It was a clean elbow shot to the kidneys. adding everybody saw it, including McCarthy's security detail, Burchett. Tim voted McCarthy out. McCarthy denies the incident. So this went mega viral right when it happened. Burkett? Is it Burkett? We'll go with Burkett. I have no idea how to say his fucking name. The fact that he kind of pled his case to the media was a little embarrassing. Bro literally tried to chase after McCarthy. And I don't blame him. I'm actually going to cut him a little slack. Because I don't think that unless you're kind of from the streets, I don't think you have the social awareness to know how to handle a dude body checking you. I don't think he knew how to handle McCarthy body checking him. God, the mustache is getting annoying. It's tickling my nose so bad. There we go. Gotta use the brush. So I don't think he knew how to handle it socially. He was like, dude hit him in the fucking back with an elbow. And it was like, what the fuck just happened? I don't think he knew how to handle it. Kevin McCarthy strikes me as probably one of the biggest pussies in Congress, though. Real talk. There's a whole bunch of pussies in Congress. And if you let them solve things the old-fashioned way, you'd be shocked at who your leaders would be by the end. But McCarthy would be at the absolute bottom. A power bottom, if you will. He would be, even according to Frank Luntz, a power bottom. I think that Tim probably didn't know, I think he was like, did that just fucking happen? But dude, you're going to get those opportunities. Look, you're a politician. I'm just saying, Tim, bide your time. Bide your time. You know Capitol Hill is crawling with cameras. You know there's all kinds of shit. They're going to see everything. You bide your time. You wait till you're at a GOP fundraiser. You wait for a fundraiser. You wait for any kind of a social gathering. You'll get your chance, bro. You get your chance. And you snatch his fucking man card with a close fucking slap. An open-handed fucking slap. 100% McCarthy couldn't handle a slap. He'd probably go down. So that's my advice to Tim. You just bide your time. Dude checked you in the back when you weren't looking in the fucking with an elbow. You just wait. You'll get that time. And there's no coming back from that, by the way. If you punch somebody and sucker punch them, or even punch them directly in the face, you could hurt their credibility depending if they go down. Okay? So if you throw that punch and he doesn't go down, you're going to look like a bitch. But if you come with the open hand, the slap, there ain't no coming back from it. The only reason, and you're right, Phantom, the only reason Will Smith didn't fucking end his own life last year is because he got away with slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. It was like the one sliver of fucking self-respect he took back for himself. Slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, and it was the only reason he was like, every time he was about to end it, he was probably like, but you did that shit. You handled that shit. I don't know who this Tim guy is, but I think he needs to hit the gym a little bit, get himself prepared. So this is what's going on in your Congress right now. Your senators are trying to fight fucking people who are in there testifying. Your Congress is fucking cheap shotting one another in the hallways. You know what's not happening? You're not being represented. None of these people are doing anything to help your life. They're not changing, they're not doing anything about the border. We've got a bunch of congressmen that just kept the borders wide open because they chose to let Mayorkas stay. You got 8 of them, as a matter of fact, that voted to keep that shit wide open. You don't even have a clapback at this point. Let's talk about the fucking 8 that did it. We're going to talk about the 8, and then we got another 70 on top of it. Hold on. Did I not grab the 8? Son of a bitch. I ain't grabbed the 8. God damn it. I have to go find it. Hold on. I know where it's at. I'll find it. Beardo's telling me that Senator Mullen was a fucking MMA guy, and he was 5-0. All right, let me see if I could. I'm gonna grab those 8. I got them right here. Just let me go back in time a little bit. All right, you guys ready? You got Ken Buck, who voted not to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas. Darrell Issa, shocking. Fucking shocking. Tom McClintock. This cunt got saved by a bunch of fucking California Republicans. God damn it. Patrick McHenry, the little guy. The little fucking guy. John Duarte, another California Republican. Virginia Fox, some bitch from North Carolina. Cliff Bentz of Oregon. And Mike Turner of Ohio. Those are your 8. That's right. 3 from California, 2 from North Carolina, and the remainder from Colorado, Oregon, and Ohio.